Josh, welcome to the cave.
Hey, thank you so much for having me.
And thank you for joining me today, man. You've been busy with all the projects and everything. I've noticed, you've done The Boys, Little Superman and Lois a few years ago, Ghostwriter. I just had the whole cast on a couple last week.
Oh, awesome. That's so
Yeah,
cool.
so you've been busy, man. You've been all over the place, all over the map.
Yeah, I mean it's been great. I'm just incredibly humbled to be a part of all these awesome projects.
Uh, So before we jump more into it, man, I was doing some research on you and everything. Vancouver, Canada, right?
Yes.
What made you become a storyteller? What hit you with the acting bug? At what age, also? Because you're a young person.
Yeah, I mean, I just think my whole life I've just been really into storytelling. I've loved movies and TV shows, and when I was a little kid, I would always make these short films with my action figures. Right, I would just grab my
Okay.
action figures and smash them together and create stories with that. And I think just my whole life I've loved entertaining people, telling stories, and so it was my parents who were really like, "Hey, you love movies, you love telling stories. Why don't we try acting out, right?" And I was like, yeah, sure, why not? So I got into acting, and then I auditioned for a couple of commercials. I booked the commercial, and then when I went on set, it was just like a feeling unlike any other. I don't know how to explain it. It was just incredible. And then that's when I realized that I wanted to do this for the rest of my life.
You mentioned action figure. I gotta know what kind of
Yeah.
figures were you? What were you playing with? What
Oh
was your
man.
favorite toys? I'm a toy lover. That's why I'm
Yeah,
asking.
yeah, I mean, oh, just like I mean, I have all the superhero action figures. Like I would have like Batman, Superman,
Okay.
Marvel as well, Iron Man, Captain America, like all those guys. I just
Mm.
have like a bunch of superhero action figures. Yeah, just I'm a massive superhero fan. So just all those action figures, I'll just smash them together. Do a little multiverse
Mm.
stuff like that. So it'd be like Captain America versus like Batman or something like that, and then you know play with those action figures.
You say superhero. Who's your favorite superhero?
Ooh, that's a good question. I might right now. I'm really into um like Superman or Spider Man.
Okay.
Those are the two that I'm really into right now. Yeah,
Yeah.
but I don't know. I mean, back in the day, it used to be Captain America. At one point, Iron Man was my favorite. So I've kind of been jumping around. But I think right now I got to settle on probably Spider Man or Superman, one of the two.
There you go. I have a 4-year-old son. He's gonna be 5 tomorrow, and
Oh, cool.
he's already had like the Spider-Man birthday. He's already had
Oh
the
yeah.
Hulk birthday, and now it's like,
Oh,
and he had Batman birthday.
oh
So
yeah.
it's like he's all over the place. He loves his little
Right.
figures and everything. He loves them.
That's awesome. Well, happy early birthday to your son.
Yeah. So now you mentioned Superman. Did that playing the Teen Clark kind of
Yeah.
influence you? Did that also?
I mean, yeah, I was so pumped when I got the news that I had booked the teenage version of Clark Kent. Superman is such an iconic character,
Mm,
and so I was just really excited to bring the character to life, and on such an awesome show like Superman and Lois, because that show
right.
is just absolutely phenomenal. So yeah, I was just really excited.
Awesome. And what the great thing about it is now, like, your name will always be in any of
Yeah,
those lists.
I know. That's crazy. Yeah, that's awesome.
So out of all these projects you've worked on, what
Yeah.
do you think has been your favorite?
Honestly, I have to be honest here. I am just incredibly proud of every project I've been a part of. I have such an amazing experience every time I go on set. Acting really is my passion, and every project has
Mm.
been different. Every set experience has been different, but every single one has been amazing in their own way. So honestly, I really can't choose one because all of them have been incredible.
That's right. So, like, is there anybody in the acting world that influences you? Like, you try to watch their stuff to like
Yeah.
model yourself, not model, but like study
Right.
it.
I have to say, like Leonardo DiCaprio
Okay.
is incredible. Tom Cruise as well. His action movies are awesome. Just all of the Marvel actors as well. They're just I don't know. I have so many actors and actresses that I look up to and that I definitely
Mm,
want to be like. So I can't just name one because I'm a fan of so many different actors and their work.
mm. What's your dream role? What do you think you want to try to get your hands on someday?
Marvel and DC, one of the two,
Yeah.
or both, right? Just like as one of their superheroes, I just that would definitely be my dream role for sure.
Mm,
Like one of the Young Avengers, that's something I would love to get into, or a Teen Titan right now, like that would be
okay.
something cool as well. Like That's stuff that really excites me and motivates me.
You mentioned Teen Titan. Who would you want if you could pick?
Robin.
Yeah. Why? Why
Yeah,
Robin?
I don't know. I feel like Robin is just he has such an incredible like he's the team leader.
Mm,
But I feel like he also has a great story. It also depends which Robin, right? Because if we're
mm,
talking like Dick Grayson, like then you have the chance of him
yeah.
like turning into Nightwing, or you also have Jason Todd, which wasn't really, to my knowledge, he wasn't like super attached to the Teen Titans, but you have that Red Hood story arc,
Mm.
which is super interesting. So I feel like Robin, just any of the Robins would be really cool.
How have we not have a Robin movie yet?
I know. I would love to
You,
see
you got
Robin on the big screen
you
again.
got you got to start writing it and push it.
Oh yeah, of course, of course. Yeah, I think last time we've seen Robin was what, like Batman and Robin,
Right.
like all the way back. So yeah, we got to see Robin again.
Yeah. What's Josh binging these days? What do you love watching?
You know what? I just started watching Breaking Bad.
Okay. What's your
My
thoughts on it?
friends, yeah, I mean, like my friends have just been always telling me you gotta watch Breaking Bad, man. It's so good. And I didn't really believe in the hype until I actually sat down and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna watch it. So I started watching Breaking Bad. I also just finished Cobra Kai season 5, which
All
my friend
right.
Dallas is on. So that was awesome.
I had Dallas on the show. Great guy.
Oh yeah. He's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's great. We worked together on the main event, which was a movie for Netflix. And yeah, I mean, like Cobra Kai and Breaking Bad. Those are the two that I've really been watching right now. But
Mm,
I just love watching and binging shows. So, but those two are the ones that I've really just been watching for now.
yeah.
Yeah, currently.
Not to change the subject, but Dallas on Cobra Kai. What's your
Yeah.
thoughts on him playing like the bad guy for a little while?
Oh man. I mean, I remember when he first announced it, I think I sent him a message like, bro, this is crazy, right? And he's like, I know, right? And so, because I was a fan of Cobra Kai even before they announced Dallas as part of the cast. And
Mm,
so I think it's just awesome to see like his character Kenny, like that progression that the character has gone through from being this kid who was bullied to eventually gaining that confidence, learning karate, but
yeah.
then he sort of turned to the dark side and kind of
Right.
became bully himself. So I thought that was really interesting, and I thought Dallas just nailed it.
Mm,
Um, so yeah,
that's awesome. So let's talk about Ghostwriters. I mentioned earlier I had the cast on last week. That
yeah,
comes out October 21st.
super
How were
excited.
you how were you approaching that for this project? Tell us about it.
Yeah, so Ghostwriter is about a ghost who is bringing book characters to life, and they all work together to solve a mystery.
Mm,
And so, this is just one of those projects that's super exciting because it encourages kids to read. It
right.
inspires kids to read, and it just has such a magical, positive element to it. It has incredible themes like friendship, family, and it also touches upon some social themes as well, like racism and the refugee experience. And I think these all spark meaningful conversations that we really need to have and that families can have all together. And I think the show is really trying to make the world a better place. And, I just love that about the show.
What can you tell us about your role, Leo? How do you pronounce the character now?
Oh,
Leo
Leo
Magnifico?
el Magnifico.
Magnifico. Yeah.
Magnifico, yeah.
What can you tell us about him and what episode are we gonna see you in?
Yeah, so I get introduced in episode 4,
Okay.
which is arc 2. Basically, first we're introduced to the Wizard of Oz characters, and then after that, it's Leo. And so, yeah, Leo is just this incredible showman. He's a super famous magician from the book that he comes from by Pablo Cartaya. And the book is called Leo el Magnifico. And basically, when we first meet him, we just think he's this egotistical showman who just, he only thinks about himself.
Mm,
He thinks he's above others, but then, throughout the show, we sort of learn, how and why he is the way he is. We learn more about his past, the sacrifices he made to get to where he is, but were those sacrifices worth it, right?
mm,
And he got everything he ever wanted, but at what cost? And, we see that he does have regrets in his life, and he wishes he could go back and do things differently. And at the end of the day, he's just really putting on a facade to make it seem like everything's okay. And so, at the end of the day, it's just such a layered character, and there's so many interesting things about Leo, and it was incredible, and I feel so blessed to be able to play a character with such depth like Leo.
mm. You mentioned magician. Are you a fan of magic?
Oh yeah, I love
Yeah,
magic. I remember watching, for example, Penn and Teller Fool Us. I think I've watched the whole show.
nice.
I love magic. I'm the biggest fan of magic. So to be able to play a magician on a show and do all these magic tricks was just incredible and so
Yeah.
exciting for me.
Now, did you learn any tricks?
Yes. Yeah. So I had done a little bit of magic prior. I started learning magic actually during quarantine.
Mm,
And so that's when I started, looking online, learning a little bit of magic, just finding things to do at
right.
home. And then it was incredible because I remember my agent sending me a message saying, "Hey, there's this role. Do you know any magic?" Right? And I was like, "Oh, as a matter of fact, I've been learning a little bit of magic, so yeah, sure." So then my agent submitted me for the role. I got the audition. I auditioned, and then I booked the role.
Mm.
And immediately when I booked it, I started my magic lessons. The production got me into some magic classes, and it was such a blast. Every day I got to learn some awesome tricks, some card tricks, some coin tricks, all of that stuff. It was really cool, really exciting, and I just can't wait. I just can't wait for people to see it.
Mm.
Yeah.
So it's Ghostwriter season 3 now. They just introduced a whole new cast with like
Yes.
Princess Dare and
Mm.
Noor. How
Yeah.
was it now like working with them?
Yeah. So as you said, new cast, new mystery. This cast is incredible. I mean, all three of them. We got really close when we were filming. We all lived in the same building, and
Mm,
so when we would finish filming, we had a group chat. So we would normally be like, "Hey, do you guys want to hang out?" And we would hang out almost every day. We got really close. Dare, Noor, Princess. They're all just so professional on set. They're amazing, and their chemistry is incredible. They're literally the perfect trio, and I
mm.
you know I can't wait for people to see their hard work, because I know they work really hard to create these amazing characters that go through these incredible character arcs throughout the series, and I just can't wait for people to watch the show.
You mentioned episode 4. How many episodes are you going to be
Yeah.
in? Is it just that one, or is it multiple episodes?
Well, I'm in 2 episodes,
Okay.
so you can find me in 4 and 5, and that's basically the show is sort of divided into pieces. So basically,
Mm,
every 2 or 3 episodes, we get a new book character.
right.
So first is the Wizard of Oz, and then you're gonna get introduced to Leo el Magnifico, and then you're gonna get introduced to a bunch of awesome other book characters. So yes, 4 and 5 is where you're gonna see me.
It's awesome. Now let's jump into the boys, man. How
Yeah.
exciting was that? Young Butcher.
Oh man. I mean,
The
I
fan
was
base is the fan base is insane on this show.
Yes, it is insane, and I'm a fan of the show, right? I had to watch the show before auditioning for the show,
Mm,
but I knew what it was, and I knew how big the show was. So when I got the audition, I was like, "Oh wow!" Right? Especially young Butcher, such an iconic and really beloved character who's played to
mm,
perfection by Carl Urban. Um, and yeah, I remember auditioning. I sent it off, and then when I booked the role, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna give the show a watch. Just maybe one episode, just get the feel, see how it is. I turned it on, and then I watched the first episode, and I was like, you know what? I'll watch the second episode, and then from the second to the third to the fourth, and then I ended up
right.
binging the whole show. I remember booking the role. About five months prior to filming, so I had a bunch
Okay.
of time of preparation. I got 5 months of just dialect coaching to get the accent, that Cockney accent.
Mm,
And it was phenomenal. I mean, I know a bunch of people have wanted to see Butcher's backstory for so long, for these past 2 seasons, and so I'm just really excited. I think we were all really excited to bring those flashbacks to life and for people to see Butcher, before Becca and before
right.
Homelander, and to see his home life and some other reasons as to why he became the man he is.
Mm. Are we gonna see any more of you in that? Has it been any
Hopefully, I mean, if Eric Kripke and the rest of the team at the boys want me back, I'll be there.
mm,
Absolutely.
yeah. You mentioned Carl. Did he tell you how to play the young version of him?
Yeah, yeah.
He gave you
So he gave me
pointers.
some. Yes, he gave me some advice on set, which was great. I mean, having Butcher himself, the adult version of Butcher, there was incredible. The way that the boys plays with its flashbacks is it's a little different from
Yeah.
normal flashbacks because in these flashbacks, Carl, or sorry, Butcher, he can actually see what's going on in his
Mm,
past, right? Because we have this other superhero, Mindstorm, who sort of projects these like flashbacks or sends Butcher into his deep, deep consciousness so he can see all of this. So having Carl there was incredible. It was great. He gave me some advice, which was awesome. You know, oh, I think Butcher would say it this or that way. And it was just great to be there with him and to work with an actor of Carl's caliber.
now what's next for you now? Any other projects you're allowed to tell us about, or
Yeah, so I mean, the only one I can really discuss right now is Grendel, which is
okay.
based off of the comic book of the same name, and I'm just really excited for that. That's a really cool concept. This assassin who is, who basically loses his love, and then he decides to get revenge. But when he decides to get revenge, he kind of joins the criminal underworld to,
Nice.
kind of become a mole in there. And then at the end, he's like, "Wait, hold on, why do I have to fight them when I can join them?" And I think that's a really
Mm,
cool concept. We explore sort of the anti-hero aspects, and I think it's just a really cool concept that I can't wait for fans to see.
that's awesome. Now, is there any movie or anything that you're looking forward to see coming up next?
Any movie? Well, this you mean like this year? Like any movies that
Yeah.
are coming out that, cool. I'm excited to watch Black Adam.
Okay.
That's coming out. My friend Bodhi's on that, so I can't wait to see him in that. And then I think Black Panther: Wakanda Forever
Mm,
and the Avatar movie, Avatar: The Way of Water. I think
yeah.
those are my three most anticipated for the end of the year. And yeah, I like I said, I'm a massive movie fan, so I just keep all the movies coming. I'm
That's
really
right.
excited for just a bunch of different projects. Yeah,
Hey, the more movies and more TV, you have a job too.
exactly. Yeah, we all win. We all win here.
We all win. Josh, how
Yeah.
can the listeners and the viewers find you on social media, keep up with you?
Yeah, so you can find me on Instagram, Josh_Zaharia. If you want to go follow me. And yeah, I mean, go check out Ghostwriter October 21st on Apple TV Plus. Yeah, I hope you guys like it. Hope you guys
Uh,
enjoy.
Josh, this was great. Thank you for giving a few minutes today.
No, thank you so much for having me.
Thank you. Yeah, this